Welcome to a new episode of The Killing Wall. I'm glad to see that we've got some interesting topic to talk about tonight. I'm going to cut the music for a second here because this is serious. Okay? Let me tell y'all what I am thinking about tonight. I'm thinking about relationships. Good evening, Jeremy. Hello, Elif. Justice. Oh, Justice, yeah. Tonight we're going to be delving into some stuff. Tonight we're talking about relationships. Isn't that cool? Relationships. You see, there's a couple of things here that I can legitimately say about relationships. And, oh yeah, Justice, it is very much I've actually got things to talk about. This isn't going to be an off-the-cuff rant here tonight, folks. I'm actually going to sectionalize this because this is a yeah, this is a thing. Oh boy. Oh wow. Oh, thank you, Kurai. Okay, so tonight let's talk about relationships. Okay, we're going to talk about the dynamics of relationships. Then we're going to talk about some of the expectations that people have about relationships. Then we're going to talk about some of the mistakes that people make in relationships. And then we're going to maybe finish off with a little bit of relationship maintenance. Okay? Relationship maintenance. By the way, in case some of you were wondering, I've got some suggestions for you. You might like it. I suggest that you like and share Hellfire Radio on your Facebook pages. Like and share this stream, or I will come to you, and it will be a problem. Yeah. Okay. Glad we got that covered, okay? If you want to contact me directly, by all means, hit me up at the email address you see scrolling down below. Figured I'd get that out of the way right now because we got a lot to talk about. You know what we're talking about again, right? Relationships. That's right. And by the way, don't forget to share the groups and timelines. I'm telling yous, I'll know. And I'm going to have to hurt yous if I find out you didn't. So, okay, let's talk. A lot of people wonder what I mean by relationships. Now, I don't necessarily mean just romantic ones. I don't. Because believe it or not, romantic relationships only make up a small part. Small part. Okay? What they do, romantic relationships. You want to know what? Y'all think I should focus on the romantic ones? Because the romantic ones have a tendency to cause the most damage, I think. But given in today's climate, all relationships amongst people is important. All. So, let's yammer. Relationships between two individuals or three individuals or five individuals. And the reason why I'm throwing those numbers out there is that relationship dynamics come in all different shapes, sizes, and flavors. All different types of shapes, sizes, flavors, colors, and execution. I love that last one. Execution. Okay? And that's what's important. Execution. Okay? Yes, love is pain. Love is pain. Only a little bit, though. Only a little bit. You see, it's very much like you know how they say no pain, no gain? You get that runner's high. You know, when you drink that extra hot mug of coffee Your tongue stings. The roof of your mouth stings. The temperature sensitivity in your teeth stings. But, oh, the high you get from the caffeine. Yes. Yes, sir. I am caffeine's little bitch, and I'm happy to be it because I have a good relationship with my coffee. My coffee never lets me down, except when it does. You see what I mean? So, here's the kick. There's no such thing as a right relationship. There's no such thing as a wrong relationship. There's only a such thing as doing that relationship wrong. Because anybody could thrive in any type of relationship. It's just a couple of things you got to look out for, and we'll go into the pitfalls in a little bit. But let's talk about the different types of relationship dynamics we've got out there. We have the standard that has existed for the longest of damn times, and I call it the standard because, let's face it, for the longest time, it was the only type of relationship that anybody really acknowledged. And it's called the monogamous relationship. Now, for some people, monogamous meant that you only slept with that one individual. And that was it. And that was the only thing you did, was just that person. Just that person. And you know what? For some, that's cool. For some, that works. For some, that's a good thing. And I get it. It's more than enough. But, you see, there's other types out there. There's other types of monogamy out there. It's many shades of gray. No quoting of 50 Shades of Grey on my fucking stream. None. Okay? Okay. What we have is the variances in the different types of shades of gray. Okay? Monogamous can be monogamous in the sense of affairs of the heart. You only love one person. Or you only sleep with one person. Because for some people, this and that are the same thing and they're somehow connected. For some people, an affair of the mind, and I use the sense of affair as in an attraction of the mind, not an affair, an attraction. I apologize. Sometimes your rank commander does stumble a little bit, and this is a very tricky subject that's full of a lot of landmines. So, you got the mind. Now, that's just with one. And some people can't even get that one right. Okay? You got, oh, God. Thank you, Daniel. Nice to see you. People that have a tendency to believe that your coronary muscle, the muscle that pumps blood, regulates oxygenated blood and deoxygenated blood, and pumps it throughout the rest of your body. For some reason, some people are under the impression that that has a cognitive capability and that you must somehow tune into it. And that will decide your fate in a relationship as to why you stay or go. No. No, 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 no. No. Those types of situations need to be stopped. Stopped. Killed. Dead. No. Nada. Nicked. Because guess what? That has no cognitive function. It's a fucking bit of tissue and muscle. That's it. That side shit. What you're doing is you're hoping that somebody validates up here what you don't want to do. Fear tends to make a person want to stick around in something or leave something. Well, let me tell you something. If you're in a situation, in a relationship with somebody, and you're afraid, run. Not a good place to be. Being afraid to leave? Yeah, some of us have a tendency to link situations together where we're afraid of what's going to be coming at us if we leave. I get it. I've been there. It sucks. But in the long run, you do better. You do. You don't think you will. You think that you're the one out of millions of people that it's going to absolutely and totally fuck you over the hardest. Guess what? You're not that special. Sorry, you're not. It's the truth. People bounce back when they want to bounce back. Okay? Monogamy of the mind, monogamy of the genitals, monogamy of the heart. Some people, that's a relationship dynamic. Okay, understandable. What about the people that aren't monogamous? What about those? There is a variance on that too. You got people that choose to stay single for eternity, only have what are known as casual relationships. Casual relationships basically means you don't want to be tied down, but you still want to have interactions. Essentially be fuck buddies, friends with benefits, etc., etc., etc. Let me get the record straight here. There is a specific tie-in with emotion and physical interaction. This is true. It is. I hate to say it, but it's accurate. There is some emotional correlation. Not a lot, but it's there. However, is it needed? No. No, you don't need it. Okay? Mike? Not for nothing. This might be your first time tuning in. But I'm glad you're a first timer. Because now you get to learn. What the rant commander does is he's going to point out the truth. He's going to point it out and say exactly how it is, non-filtered. The only thing that's filtered here are my cigarettes. Why? Because I want to keep talking to you. And spreading the truth. Or at least my truth. And I just don't throw the facts. What I do is I put them in a slingshot and I let it loose two centimeters from your face. You just got to remember to have your mouth open so that you could swallow it fast enough. Lest it knocks your teeth in. Yes, sir. Then you choke on it, Mike. And then you learn to handle it. Adapt. Now, like I said, there is an emotional connection between physical interaction and there is. Okay? Some people say it's better. I get it. And in some ways it is. Good quote, Mike. But, straight up, it's not needed. It's pointless, really. Okay? If you want an emotional connection with somebody, have one. But at the same time, if you're only looking for a physical interaction, a relationship may not be for you. And you don't necessarily need it. Relationships are like meals, people. They are. Okay? Sex is the dessert. Sometimes you want to sit down to a nice T-bone steak with all the fixings. And then you get the ice cream delivered. Which is great. But other times, you just want to go out and get yourself a fucking snow cone, man. Nothing wrong with that. Maybe even just go out and buy yourself a pack of M&Ms. The thing is that you could have one without the other and it not be diminished. I can enjoy a meal and not have to worry about it. And I can go out for ice cream and just ice cream. Does that make me a bad person? Does that make you a bad person? No. No. And anybody that tells you that you're a bad person for just wanting to go get ice cream, you know, they want to say you're bad for it. Too bad. They don't get a fucking share. Mike, you want to know how you get a girlfriend? I'll tell you how to get a girlfriend. First, want one. Then, after you want one, and you see one that you think might be viable, and this is something that a lot of people don't know how to do, talk to them. Talk to them. Just ask them what's up. You're afraid of rejection? Guess what? You saved yourself some trouble. You shouldn't have to convince somebody to be with you. Talk to them. If they're interested, see what's up. Ask them out for coffee. And just coffee. Lily, I'm hoping you're having a good night. Show Lily some love. She's got a great show on Monday nights. She does some great tarot readings. Pretty spot on. A little bit. But back to topic. Okay? You got casual relationships. Okay? Like that. Then you have what are known as poly relationships. Now, a lot of people tend to think that poly relationships are more difficult. And you know what? On paper, it seems that way. In all honesty, you want to know what makes poly difficult? Laziness. And I don't mean laziness in the sense of you not doing enough. It's more like you have to legit learn how to use Google Calendar. She's taken, Mike. You have to learn how to use Google Calendar. You have to learn to manage your time. You have to learn to keep your resources at a fairly decent level. And you know what? Jeremy, he tried, and I gotta give him credit. He tried. And guess what? It wasn't gonna happen. So be it. I know, it's cool, Mike, if you're kidding. But if you weren't, you just gave a good example on how to do it. Me, I'm in a poly relationship with 4 people. 4. I have 4 girlfriends. Managing my time between the 4 is a task, but it's what I'm happy to take. I'm in a romantic relationship with 4 partners. And each and every single one of them are happy in their current dynamic. And that will be exactly what I will bring up very soon tonight. And that comes in with the maintenance. Okay? But right now, no, that's not how you do it, Mike. But let's yammer on a second here. Okay? Poly relationships require, yeah, Lily, it's interesting, isn't it? Poly relationships require something that could be considered a good test to a person's organizational skills. You know, you have to be aware of yourself. And more than everything else, and this is top priority, you have to know what it is that you actually want. You can't wing it. And all your partners have to be on the exact same page. And that is the hard part. That is the most difficult part. Sometimes a partner isn't on the same page as you. Sometimes a partner is maybe in the same chapter, but not far along in the book. Now, I've been dealing with being isolated for the last, 3 months? Yeah. For the last 3 months. Just me and my four walls. All my partners, they live with family. Some of them live with their significant others. I, unfortunately, do not. So checking in on them has been, I guess you could say, part of my daily routine, at least somewhat. I have them all in a single Facebook group chat. All right, Gabby is asking, how do you know if they is who they really say they are? What do you mean, like as far as like when you first start talking to them? Now, I'm going to say this. Um, Most of the time, you discover that somebody isn't on the same page as you later in the relationship, or sometimes they're moving along in the book of life a little bit faster than you are, or maybe they're dwelling on a particular chapter a little too long. And you know what? That's okay, because everybody reads at their own pace. There's nothing wrong with it. Just as long as you are honest about it. Honesty is fucking important. And Christy, being mono is not bad. That's just how you do you. That's your book. Now, Gabby, how do you know if the person is who they say they are? Well, I can tell you this. First, actually get to know the person before you decide to jump into a relationship with them. I'm not saying don't sleep with them right away, but what I am saying is legit get to know how they handle things. Talk to them, find out about their family, find out about their background, find out about their past relationships. There's tons of literature on things that are called red flags. And the reason why it's so hard for a lot of people, and you want to know what? We're going to go right into the mistakes portion of tonight. Okay, that a lot of people make in relationships. Okay, I mentioned a big one is make sure that everybody's on the same page. But when you're first getting into a fucking relationship, and this is something that a lot of you people have a tendency to do, and I'm only going to, and I hate to say it, I'm going to be pointing the finger at you ladies in particular, because y'all are the most freaking guilty of it. Y'all make the mistake and then you point the finger at us guys. Okay? I know it seems to be a little bit engendering here, but I'm speaking from my own personal experience. A lot of you ladies like to say they hate men because of this shit. But the thing is that y'all are so caught and swept up on something that's known as new relationship energy, NRE, that high, that honeymoon phase, that you don't bother to take the rose-colored glasses off of your fucking eyes to see the flags that are popping up that are actually red. And by then, you're far enough along the fucking march that you don't even bother to think that it's capable of turning around. You've invested so much fucking energy, you can't turn back. And that's on you. Because guess what? You got so swept up in all the wonderful things, you're ignoring all the fucking bad shit. And I hate seeing people go through that. You know, because, you never fucking know if you let yourself get swept up in the awesomeness of the new relationship. You notice that nobody could ever really tell right off the bat that somebody's a scum fuck? It's always years after the fact. Or after you're with somebody for a while. Okay? Nobody can ever necessarily determine right off the bat. I don't care how insightful you are. Nobody can tell. And Jeremy, like I said, y'all may be in the same book, but sometimes they're further along in the book than you are, or you're further along in the book than they are. And yeah, it does hurt. It sucks. But you know what? Nobody can ever tell right off the bat if they are approaching it with a coronary muscle guiding them. That's what you folks have a tendency to do. You're trusting some imaginary pull from here in your coronary muscle and thinking it has a cognitive capability to process logic. You can't process logic from a fucking muscle. You can't. But somehow y'all think that that's a good justification. It's not. It's fucking ridiculous. God. And you know, it sucks because you know what? I've known a lot of people that have gone through this shit and then they have to wonder why they didn't see it, and I have to see the fucking train wrecks. Some of these are people that I wished I could have been in a relationship with because I could have treated them right. But no, now they're fucking wrecked. It's like, damn, I can't wait to have a Camaro. Wow, that's a great Camaro you're driving. I'm really loving that Camaro. And the only time whenever I actually get the chance to get the keys is, guess what? Right after it got slammed into a brick wall and then had a 16-wheeler drop on top of it. That's what it is a lot of the fucking time. And I can't help but say to myself, I need to get my tools. And call up a fucking body shop. And hopefully see this thing is capable of getting fucking fixed. I know it sounds like I'm objectifying, but you know what? Hi, folks. Sorry about that. Can y'all still see me? Kind of need a check here. Because unfortunately, my StreamYard cut out on me. But I'm still good? Okay. Yeah. But thank you. All right. So this is something that, you know, I hate seeing it. I hate seeing it. I hate seeing people get wrecked over stuff. And you want to know what? It isn't just you ladies too. I've seen guys. Okay? I've seen guys get destroyed over ladies that approached things on a different page. Okay? It's fucked. It sucks beyond belief. And some of y'all don't realize it. Okay? I'm so glad I'm seeing all you wonderful people. It's good. My rant army is growing. Yes. Okay? Let me ask you something. Yeah, I believe it, Lily. I believe it. A lot of good people. Here's something interesting, and it's an interesting correlation. I've learned that people that have been put through fucking hell, relationship-wise, turn out to be great people in their 30s. It's like the 20s is the ultimate proving ground. You get run through the gauntlet in your 20s, and guess what? When you come out in the 30s, you're either scarred as fuck, all right? Whatever sort of metaphorical heart that you have looks like it just went through freaking Nam. Okay? You've got aches and pains you never thought you felt in your life. And it's all because of that asshole or that prick that put you through hell. or that bitch or that snide cunt that you couldn't necessarily figure out. Okay? Every last fucking one. Okay? We're all riddled with scars, burn marks, cigarette burns, some of us. Mentally, emotionally. It's rough. Okay? So, yeah, let's recap on your mistakes. Okay? You jump in to a relationship and you let the NRE take over. Okay? So you're walking into it completely, totally, and absolutely with rose-colored glasses. That's your first mistake. Your second mistake, sticking around just because you're afraid to be alone. Some of y'all are guilty of that. Don't fucking lie. I see you. Some of y'all are so afraid of your own solitude. Let me tell y'all something, okay? Pro tip in life, okay? If you can't be fucking happy by yourself, don't expect to be happy by somebody else. Truth. Because if you can't make you happy, how the fuck are you going to expect somebody else that barely knows you as well as you do to make you happy? Seriously. You cannot possibly expect someone else to make you happy if you can't make you happy. It's called validation. You want to feel like you have some worth in the world. Let me tell you something, okay? Your worth is determined by you and you alone. Being with somebody doesn't fucking make you better. It doesn't make you more worth it. Being with somebody only does one thing and one thing alone. Make you happier with the time that you currently have when you're not looking for somebody else. Brandon, I'm going to tell you this. Tits and cash doesn't quite do it. Okay? A lot of people don't like to swallow the truth, Lily. I'll tell you guys a story. You want to hear a story? Story time. Okay? I was with somebody that had a nice rack and was decent with cash. Guess what? They took me to their fucking cleaners. Okay? They took me to the fucking cleaners. Metaphorically. Okay? Because I thought to myself, they're responsible. This person was a mother, mind you. Okay? They're a responsible individual. They've got a great bod. They seem to be all right and all well put together. Guess what? Rose glasses. Didn't fucking see the shit coming. I was in that relationship for 10 months. Hillary, I'm not negative. I'm a realist. Because you know what? Earlier in the stream, I mentioned that things can work, but I'm pointing out the mistakes that people make. And these are big ones. If you can avoid these mistakes, a relationship is awesome. But that's essentially some of the mistakes that are made. Okay? Lily, I'll tell you this. I say I'm a realist because I'm a cynical son of a bitch. But if you want what could be considered a positive outlook on life, say you have what's known as guarded optimism, which means you're ready to brace yourself for some shit, but at the same fucking time, you're ready for when things go good. It's like for those of us out here on the Garden State in Jersey, we've got the flip-flops and the beach towels ready. We're just waiting for shit to lift. And then we'll be ready to go and hit the beach. All right. Another mistake. Y'all ready for this one? This is a good one. This one applies more to poly relationships more than anything. I've done both. I'm divorced. She was cheating on me. Caught her doing it. Okay. We'll get to that. That's a whole other... I'll get into that about marriage. That'll be a different episode. But this is a mistake that poly relationships make. And quite simply, it's this. Understanding and respecting your limits. Now, by that, I mean this. Don't spread yourself too thin. But don't be afraid to spread yourself at all. For some people, 2 partners is enough. For some, 4 is enough. For some, 8 is enough. There is no real determinate limit. It's just a question of how you manage your time and how they manage their time. And make sure you're all on the same page. There's no problem. There really isn't. Two of my partners don't even live within hours upon hours. And you know what, Brandon? I'm damn proud of it, and they're proud of me for it too. It's all about recognizing that a person is able to manage their time and able to manage their emotions and being comfortable with it. Straight up. It would be so much worse if I didn't have a Google Calendar. You have to legitimately make sure that you have time set aside for people. 2 of my partners live hours upon hours away from me. The other 2 live within 2 hours of me, which means they have more of an opportunity to see me. Great. I have long distance partners, and it's no problem. I talk to them when I can, and you want to know what? They're self-sustainable. They contact me when they want to. I contact them when I want to. We all talk to one another. It's a very, 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 very easy thing to do. It becomes complicated when you make it complicated. You want to know how it gets complicated? I'll tell you how it gets complicated. When you add in a complication. When you're not on the same page. When you try writing over the lines in your chapter. That's when it becomes a problem. And some of you like fucking doing that. Some of you love writing in the margins, not necessarily understanding the ink bleeds through the pages and goes on to the next one. And now you got to deal with that. One partner is currently married and seeing another guy other than me. The other one is currently in a casual relationship with another individual. Okay? The other one's not seeing anybody other than me. And the other one is not. 2 of them are not seeing anybody other than me. And that's not necessarily by force, or that's just by their choice right now. They are open to see whoever it is that they want to see. I feel no threat or issue. You know why I don't feel threatened? Because guess what? How they feel about me has 0 to do with what their genitals do around me. How they feel about me does not change. And I know that this has a tendency to be an overused record whenever people try and defend poly. But you know what? It fits. For those of you that have a problem with poly, ask yourself this. If you have kids, okay? If you have a kid and then you have another kid. Does that mean that you love the first kid less? No. If you end up in a relationship with somebody, okay, and you love them, and then you meet somebody else, does that mean that you love the first person less? No. Love is not finite. It's not a zero-sum game. You can love as many people as you want. How you express that love is different with each and every single individual. Understandable. Thing is that, and here's the irony, there's not a damn thing I would do for one of my partners that I wouldn't do for any of my friends. And vice versa. It's just those that are my romantic partners, I give priority to my time to, because time is finite. You never know when you'll go. And Lily, you want to know what? That's understandable. And not everybody can handle multiple relationships. Some people can, some people can't. And yes, I am. And they all know it. I know it seems like such a strange thing for you, Christy. That's true. As a matter of fact, 2 of my partners are in here. In the comments. And I'm pretty damn sure the other 2 are watching. And you know what? That's a pro tip too. Have them all be friends with one another. Be a support system for each other. Now, it's okay, Kurai. Believe it, the thing is that for some people it's a new concept. For some people it's not something they're familiar with. It's not for everybody. It's a different relationship dynamic. And it's understandable because, some people just can't get that. It's not their jam, and totally cool. Jealousy is a thing. Okay? Jealousy is a thing. But you know what the thing is that recognizing the fact that when you're in a poly relationship, you're not taking something away from somebody else. Okay? You don't have to dump one person or take away from one person to spend time with another. I am not lessening the amount that I love for one partner when I'm with another, or I'm with 2 of them, or ideally all 4. Which is fun. But that's in regards to some of the mistakes people make. But what about expectations? Well, we kind of covered it in the previous 2. What people expect in relationships. Let me point something out here. Why do people seem to expect relationships to last forever? It's an interesting thought. Why do you think it's just going to end with you? Believe me, Jeremy, I know. Why do you think it's going to end with you? Thing is that when you expect that one relationship to be the last relationship that you're going to be in, you're placing a lot of pressure on the other individual and yourself. You're placing pressure upon yourself to ignore the things that you normally would never ignore if you didn't think that the person was going to be around forever. You end up necessarily expecting them to perform in a particular way. I never expect any of my partners to be any way other than who they are, which I know can evolve from day to day. It's just that simple. And unfortunately, Christy, you know what? That happens. It happens. Not everybody is going to be on that page with you. There's always other chapters that can be written. And expecting that chapter to be the last one, sorry, no. And the thing is that I wouldn't expect somebody to put that on me either. My one rule when it comes to relationships is this. I never expect my partners to go through anything that I myself would not want to endure. Ever. Ever. I would never expect my partners to do something that I myself would not want done to me. Ever. My rule with them is simple. Have fun. Enjoy life. If you're going to do something with somebody else, come back with a great story. Share your experiences. You know, that's it. Life is too fucking short. I've had a heart attack. I've been blown up. I've been shot. I've been struck by lightning. I've been electrocuted from almost every single known source known to mankind. I've been hit by 2 cars. I've broken more bones in my body than I care to count, and I've survived brain cancer. Do you really fucking think I am going to expect any of my fucking partners to stick around longer than they need to? Ever. Hell no. Why would I? Always impose the one restriction, which is enjoy. That's an order. Enjoy the relationship. And whatever you do, and this is going to be in the maintenance section now. We're going to go into that. Okay? Here's how you maintain a relationship. Enjoy being in it. It's that simple. I know it sounds weird for some of you, okay? But how do you enjoy being in a relationship? That's the kick. How? Okay, I'll tell you how. For starters, realize that every relationship is not the same fucking book as the one you just closed. That's something a lot of you love to fucking do. Okay? Not every single guy you date is the same as the last guy you were dating. Okay? Not every single relationship you were in. I was in the military, Gabby. I was in the Air Force. Okay? Your prior relationships are small lessons. Okay? Little tidbits that you could say, okay, I didn't see one thing. Let me see another. Let me see if I see that in the other. Okay? Never fucking expect one relationship to be exactly like the other. Okay? Enjoy being in the relationship. Don't try and skip to the end. Don't go looking through the chapters to try and find where the twist is in the story. Guys have a tendency to do that, and so do you ladies. I know it sounds like I'm engendering, but you want to know what? I'm covering all the bases here. Okay? Trust is a very important thing. And you have to have it. Pro tip, and this is a big one. If you spend more of the relationship trying to convince their partner that you're happy with them, walk away. If you're spending more of the relationship convincing your partner that you're happy with them than actually enjoying the relationship, walk away. Yes, I said it twice because it's that fucking important. If I'm starting to be in a relationship with somebody, I shouldn't be spending 80% of my time with you saying I'm happy with you. I don't want to leave. You're flat out telling me that you don't think you deserve to be in a relationship, which means you have no love for yourself. Why are you putting it all on me? I wouldn't want to put it all on you. That's ridiculous. You should be happy with you, just as I should be happy with me. I should not be imposing that on you. Why should you impose that on me? Facts. Okay? Be honest with yourself in the relationship. Make sure that you are being honest with yourself in the relationship. Even if you have to check in with yourself every single week to try and figure out that you are being honest with yourself, that you're happy in the relationship, that things are going the way you want them to go. Sometimes you have to sit down with yourself and ask that. Okay? Sometimes you're in different chapters in the same book. And you know what? Sometimes, and it's not a heartbreak, if you feel like you're not happy in the relationship, don't be afraid to say something. I'm friends with some of my exes. Doesn't mean that I'm going to take away from my partners because of that. It just means that the relationship ended, the dynamics had to change. They're a friend now, not a romantic partner. I don't expect them to go out of their way for me. Because you know what? Some things, guess what, are reserved for relationships. Glad to hear it, Jimmy. Seriously, though, think about it. Why the fuck would you end up in a relationship with somebody and thinks things are exactly going to be the same? They're not gonna. Some things are reserved. Believe it or not, Lily, I might. I've learned more than anything else, a suspicious partner does better research than the fucking CIA. And I know because I've done it. You guys want me to actually, you want to know what? It's approaching that time of the stream where I get real with myself. I relax a little bit. I'll tell you something. Okay? This is something I tell my partners. And you know what? It's a truth. It's a truth. If I ask them a question, chances are I already know the answer. It's the only mind game I'll play in a relationship. The only one. Because I want to see if you're going to be honest with me. If I ask a question that has that kind of impact or significance, you best believe I already know. And the reason why that is I've learned more than anything that if somebody's been lying to you, they'll hold on to that lie and they'll protect it like it's their child. They will. My ex-wife was cheating on me. I had the text printouts of all of her text conversations with every single one of the guys she was sleeping with. I had them in hand. I asked her if she was cheating on me. No, what are you talking about? You're crazy. I said, explain this then. And the irony is that when she saw what I had, then she admitted it. People will hold on to a lie until they can't possibly defend it. Oops, I done fucked up. When you've got proof and you've got receipts, oops, shit goes right out the window. I've learned. Seriously though, folks, relationships are easy. You just can't let them define you. Don't let who you're with be who you are. Because who you are is what attracted them. And if you ever hope to attract another person, be the same person that attracted somebody, not the person that you are when you're with someone. Changing who you are just because you're in a relationship with somebody is the worst thing you can do, because now you're no longer being genuine. You've changed everything about yourself. You've changed how you look. You've changed how you think, and you've changed how you feel. And this is something I'm guilty of too. Letting go. Sometimes you have to let go of past pain. Sometimes you have to realize that a book that you were writing in is lost. It's gone. Can't go back to it. It's been checked out by somebody else, and you know what? So be it. It sucks, but you can't go back and read it. No matter how much you want to. Every relationship is different, folks. What you do with it defines whether or not you're able to enjoy it, not what somebody else does. On that note, I hope you all had a good night. I hope you felt entertained. Like and share this vid. Like and share this stream on your timelines. Share it in your groups. Share it to your friends. Hellfire Radio on Facebook is where you'll find me. The Rank Commander signing off tonight. I'll see y'all next week. And during the week, I'm going to send out a poll to see whether or not something else gets put up against the wall. Who knows? Maybe I'll tackle a subject you suggest. Good night. Pleasant dreams. Rant Commander out.